here we are with credits. Yeah, kind of hard to see right now, like even out of my eyes. I'm pretty sure it could be bad for you. No. Actually, you know what, I'm just gonna skip the credits. Yeah, that's the game. And this is what I meant by extras. These interview things, I'll show them off. We'll start with Dan Warren.
Actually, the closest we got more often than not was just kind of in passing, because most of the time we sat down and we worked one-on-one with the director. We, given our lines, and I mean, we had the script in front of us and do our lines, and sometimes the other characters were recorded before us. We actually have something to work off of a line prior to yours to stimulate you to say yours. But the majority of the time, it was just, you'd say your lines and kind of hear theirs in your head. And there wasn't a lot of situations where we were brought in as twos or threes, unless it was a group, kind of a walrus thing or something like that. I guess it was about a year. If you're not already aware, I died. Robotech Battlecry. But yeah, it was about a year, I think, and I believe around 15 episodes. Great fun. Yeah, I think bad guys. Bad guys are a lot of fun. I'm back to the serial killer thing, but I did an original play, one act, about a year ago, that I played a serial killer. That was fun. I would never suggest acting it out in any other way, but it was just, it is great fun, and it's like having the capacity to make people go ooh or hate you. That's very powerful, and it's enjoyable. Plus, you get to act out all the nastiness you might have in your system and not hurt anyone. That's valuable. No. Kidding. Yeah, this is great fun. It still is now. Now I can actually have memories I'll remember later on. But yeah, absolutely. This is truly enjoyable, and it's gotten better.
Now we'll go on to Melora Hart.
Well, if you're talking about a cartoon character, I assume. Thing is that we have to audition for every time we're going to go out to do something. We have to audition. So if you get to see it ahead of time, that for me, that's what I need. I need to see. I need to know like a couple days ahead that I'm going to go in for a certain character. Most of the time, they don't give you that luxury. They just say, okay, you're coming in, and we'll have coffee for you when you get there, and you have to kind of wing it. But if you know ahead of time, then you can start working on it. And I remember I did a little boy. It was my first little boy voice, and I guess I saw the picture first of what he looked like, and he was British. So then I worked with my tape recorder. So I wouldn't do that for for plays or for television, but for voice work, it's really helpful to get a tape recorder that you can you see an image of the character, so you know how old. So you can almost gear in your head. You say, okay, this little boy is 8, or this little boy is 12, or whatever. And I start with that, with having an age, because that helps me with the voice. And then I just practice some line readings in my tape recorder until I think I've got the right quality that I'm imagining for the character. I may be wrong for what the director wants, but that's how I sort of worked on it, and that's how I got this boy part in, I think it was called Soccer Boy, got the lead boy, and I had worked on a little 8-year-old boy because that's what they wanted. And then when they cast me, they said, oh, they've changed the age of the boy, he's now 12. I worked so hard just to get the age down, so I had to go back into the studio and audition for the now he's 12, but they still kept me and did a great job. Well, I just saw her picture last night for the first time, so that helped a lot, because I was thinking first, oh, she must be, you know, like maybe in her 40s or something, but when I saw she was younger, then I had to gear my voice down a little bit. Now, she's very much in charge, and so that's usually I play a little lighter character, so it was just keeping myself focused on slowing up my diction so that I could give her that sound that sounded like someone in charge, and I guess it worked out okay because no one seemed to stop me on too much, and she's a pretty much just in charge person as far as I can tell.
Well, on Robotech, I was the story editor, in addition to writing scripts, in addition to directing, in addition to acting. And everybody was pleasant to work for. Carl was great to work with. But the process for that series was so intense. I was doing so many different things. It was 7 days a week. It was 52 weeks. It took us a year or more to do it. And I was exhausted. I was totally wiped out when it was over with, and I swore off doing any more series work for a long time, and I stuck to it because they went right on from doing Robotech to a thing called Captain Harlock and the Queen of a Thousand Years, and they said, come on, let's do this series, and I said, go on without me. I got to go home and sleep. I was sleep deprived at that point. I mean, I had been literally working around the clock. We would do 7 days, nights and days, including the weekends and everything. So it was great to work with Carl, it was great to work with the guys, but it was exhausting. And unfortunately, as a story editor, I also had to tell writers whether their scripts were working or not. I ended up reviewing them. And we had hired some people that had been in this business long before I had ever been in it, and their scripts weren't that good. And Carl said, well, you're going to have to let them go. I said, why me? You're the producer. You fire them. He said, no, that's your job. So I ended up having to let him go, and there was some bad feelings about that that lasted for a long time. What's it like to get together with the Robotech cast? Well, I still have kept in touch with a lot of these people over the years because I've been writing and directing other projects down through the years. So it's not like I haven't seen them in 17 years. Most of these people still work with me. I still hire them, or I still work with them on other projects. So, it's fun to get together, but it's not that unusual. We still get together or keep in touch, and we have all through the years. I mean, this is just a portion. Today we got 7 people together to do the Robotech CD-ROM. There was probably 50 people that worked as voice actors on the Robotech series. I've kept in touch with most of them. I would say a handful of them have either died or retired, or moved away, or just said, I've had enough, I'm going to go back home to Skokie or someplace. But most of them are still here, they're still working, and I'm still hiring them for other projects.
Just going to cut the video here.